Hi. The trade book that I chose was on the topic sunrise, sunset, and shadows. And the grade levels that I chose was going that for this trade book was for kindergarten through third grade. So, starting with the first of the five E's, engage. So, with this one, we're going to be doing a video and a book. So, the book is called Sun Up, Sundown by Gail Gibbons, and the video is called What Causes a Shadow. But this one, you're not going to watch the full thing, just maybe like to the midway point, so almost 3 minutes in. And with these, you're going to see the difference the different positions of the sun and how it changes your shadows sizes, and it's also just an introduction to kind of grab your students attention and to kind of introduce them so they can kind of know what's going on when you're discussing your lesson. You are also going to use the book so that you can actually engage with your students. So you're gonna use specific pages, like for example the page where the girl and the cat are running in summer and winter. You're going to use this to for your students to make observations. They're going to look at the picture specifically to see where the sun is located and what they notice about the shadow. Like, is it bigger or smaller than the character in the book? And with this, they are also going to go outside and try to mimic the things that the girl in the book are doing. So, for example, like I said, how the child was running in the book, they would do the same thing but outside in the field, and they could just observe what their shadow is doing and possibly take notes on it, make like a little data sheet, like when they did this, my shadow looked like that. And now they're going to explain. So, like I said earlier, they're going to do like a little data sheet. With this, they're going to draw what they noticed. Like they're going to draw their little shadow lanes. And another thing that they're going to do is they're going to use flashlights, and they are going to use them to explain the difference of shadows. So while they're inside, they're going to use said flashlight as if it were the sun so that they can mimic it. Like when I put the flashlight right here, um, it makes my shadow like this. But when I put the flashlight up here, it makes my shadow look like this. And they're going to do all of this in either individually or in pairs, and then they're going to, like I said earlier, they're going to illustrate it. So they're going to put it into pictures, what it is that they're seeing and observing and what they're noticing, what they find interesting or what they find unusual. So the next one is also the elaboration. So this is where students are actually going to come together instead of working on their own. And um, again, they're going to be mimicking what the child is doing, but instead in their own way. So they're going to be going outside at different times of day so that they can see. Well, obviously, when it's a different time of day, the sun is in a different location. So they're going to notice, okay, I came out at 7 a.m. and this is where my shadow was. Let me draw it out. Like they're gonna do an outline of themselves or their partner, and then they're gonna come out again later, say around noon, and again trace their shadows. And at the end of the day, because they're gonna do this 3 times, they're gonna look at their shadows and they're gonna compare them in sizes. If they did this correctly, based on the sun and the drawings, the outlines, they should all have different size shadows. And the last one is evaluate. So this one they're gonna do, it's like a question Q&A, and I go back to the readings of the text. We discuss what we read, we discuss what we saw. That video, we go back to it, and um, this is their moment to once again draw um, what they saw, and they are expected to be able to explain themselves. Like, I learned this and this because of this. So, for example, let's say they learned that in the middle of the day, they noticed that their shadow was mid-size or bigger. I learned this because I noticed that my shadow was decreasing or increasing in size. And here is the NGSS, so the science standards. Yeah, thank you.